Welcome back to Jamyy English. I'm Jayz.
And I'm Amyy. Episode 30, April 30th.
The last day of April.
30 episodes, 30 days, one complete month of daily English.
If you've been here for all 30, I don't have words. Well, I have words. I'm an English teacher, but they don't feel sufficient right now.
Let me try then. What you've done is remarkable. A daily commitment to a language that isn't yours. 30 days in a row. Most habits take 3 weeks to form, and you've already gone further than that.
Today is a celebration and a transition. We celebrate what April was, and we look ahead to what May will bring.
And we introduce something new.
Let's get into it. April in numbers and themes.
30 episodes. Approximately 90,000 words of spoken English if you've listened to everything. Hundreds of vocabulary words. Dozens of cultural insights. And one running thread through all of it.
What's the thread?
That English isn't a test. It's a tool. And the point of a tool is what you build with it.
What did we build this month? Let me read through the themes. We built the ability to introduce yourself, naturally, warmly, in a way that creates genuine connection. We built the language of daily life, mornings, directions, food, shopping, transport.
We built the ability to navigate health and emergencies with calmness and clarity in moments when clarity matters most.
We built the vocabulary of the inner world, emotions, family, appearance, place, feelings, not just the exterior English of transactions, but the interior English of being human.
We built the social English, invitations, acceptances, refusals, apologies, compliments, the choreography of kindness and respect and honesty between people.
And we built the cultural English, whether as small talk, digital culture, entertainment, hobbies, the texture of English-speaking life.
That's a lot of building, and the structure is standing.
A look at May. What's coming in month 2?
If April was survival and belonging, May goes deeper. We move from can I function in English to can I truly connect and express myself in English.
The topics for May include talking about the past, how to tell stories, share memories, recount experiences, natural past tense narrative. When I was young, I remember the time. The best holiday I ever had was.
Talking about the future, dreams, plans, ambitions, how to express what you want with confidence. My goal is to. In 5 years, I hope to. I've been thinking about.
Disagreeing politely, one of the most advanced and most necessary social skills. I see it differently. I understand your point, but can I offer another perspective?
Humor in English. How jokes work. Why English humor relies on understatement and irony. How to be funny, or at least understand when something is meant to be funny.
Work and career English, professional introductions, interviews, networking, talking about your ambitions.
And comparing and contrasting. How to articulate why you prefer one thing over another. What makes things different. What they share.
May will be 31 days, 31 more steps.
And you're ready for them. April proved that. I want to do one final thing before we close April. I want to describe this community to itself, because I think sometimes we're in something and we don't quite see it from the outside.
Tell us what you see.
I see people from dozens of countries sitting with us every morning, or on their commute, or before sleep, choosing to spend part of their day in a language that isn't their first. That's a choice, not a requirement, a genuine, deliberate choice.
And those choices accumulate. 30 days of choices.
I see people leaving comments in English, imperfect English, brave English, saying, I tried this phrase today and it worked, or I understood a joke for the first time, or just thank you.
Those comments, every one of them.
I see people who were nervous about speaking English, who are a little less nervous now. Not fixed, just further along. That's all progress ever is. A little less nervous, a little more ready.
A little more yours. Let's do a final rapid-fire vocabulary challenge. Everything from April. No prompts, just situations. Amyy goes first.
You want to make an appointment with a doctor.
Hello, I'd like to make an appointment, please. It's fairly urgent. I've had a fever for 3 days.
You've been invited to a dinner party and you're genuinely excited.
I'd absolutely love to come. Wild horses couldn't keep me away. What can I bring?
You're declining because you want a quiet night in.
I'm going to have a quiet one this weekend, I'm afraid. But let's find something soon.
A stranger asks you what you do for fun.
I'm really into hiking at the moment. There's something about being in the mountains that completely resets me. Do you do anything outdoors?
Someone apologizes and you want to accept warmly.
Please don't worry. These things happen. I appreciate you saying something.
You're at the airport and your flight has been delayed.
Excuse me, my flight has been delayed and I'm worried about my connection. What are my options?
You want to compliment someone genuinely.
I've been meaning to say, the way you handled that situation last week was really impressive. I learned something from watching you.
That last one, that's the whole month right there.
Huh, it really is. Something I want to say before we go. Language learning is often framed as achievement. Pass this test, reach this level, score these points. And those things matter.
But they're not the point.
The point is, the moment you understand a joke in English before you've translated it, the moment you describe how you feel in English and the other person really gets it, the moment you realize you've been speaking English for 20 minutes and you forgot you were supposed to be nervous.
The moment English feels like yours.
That's the point. And that moment doesn't have a certificate. It doesn't come after a test. It comes during a conversation, or while you're listening to something, or in the middle of an ordinary day when you catch yourself thinking in English without trying.
It's already starting for some of you. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't yet.
But it's coming. Keep showing up.
And we'll keep showing up too.
Every day. May 1st starts tomorrow. Amy, let's take a proper look at Season 1, Month 2, because I want people to understand what's waiting for them in May and why it's going to feel different from April.
Different how?
In April, almost everything we taught was about situations. What do you say when you're at the doctor? What do you say when you're ordering food? What do you say when you're lost?
Situation-based English, functional English, essential.
In May, we go inside. We teach the English of your inner life, your history, your opinions, your ambitions, how to tell a story about something that happened to you, how to express what you hope for, how to disagree without losing warmth.
This is the English that makes people want to keep talking to you, not because you're functional, but because you're interesting, because you have things to say.
Everyone has things to say. May gives you the English to say them.
What specifically can people look forward to?
In the first week of May, narrative English, the past tense as storytelling. When I was growing up, I remember the moment I realized the best thing that ever happened to me was these phrases open up your whole personal history in English.
And I'll tell some stories from my own life in those episodes. Real stories, not just examples. Because learning narrative English works best when you hear real narrative English in context.
Second week, future English. Planning, dreaming, predicting. My goal is to, by this time next year, I hope, I've been thinking about making a change. The English that points forward.
Third week, opinion and debate. I see it differently. I understand your point, but I'd push back on. There's something to that, and yet, English that is confident, engaged, and kind all at once.
Fourth week, professional and social English at the next level. Job interviews, networking, meeting people who matter. The English that opens doors.
And the final episode of May, a special one about humor. Why English humor works the way it does, what irony is and how to hear it, why British understatement can mean the opposite of what it says.
Humor is the final layer of fluency. When you can laugh in a second language, really laugh, not politely smile, something has fundamentally shifted.
It's the episode I've been looking forward to most since we started planning.
Me too. May is going to be something special. Let's talk about what you can do between now and May 1st to prepare.
3 things. First, review your favorite moment from April, the phrase that stuck, the episode that changed something. Sit with it for a moment. Let it consolidate.
Second, use something from April today. One phrase, one word, one moment where April's English shows up in your life. Just browsing, thanks. Bear with me. I think I'm on the mend. Any one of them.
Third, think of a story you want to tell. Something that happened to you, something from your past that matters. A memory, an adventure, a lesson learned. Because next month, you'll have the English to tell it.
In episode 31, the first episode of May, we're going to tell stories, and we're going to show you how.
And we want to hear yours. In the comments, in whatever English you have. Even a few sentences, even one paragraph.
Your story deserves to be told, in any language, and we want you to have the English to tell it.
We really do. This isn't a teaching moment. It's a genuine invitation.
Tell us something true about yourself in English, something real, a story, a memory, a hope.
We're listening. One final thing, a tradition I want to start. At the end of each month, a phrase that carries us into the next.
Tell me.
April gave us the language of living in English. The situations, the transactions, the survival, the connection.
Yes.
May gives us the language of being in English. Not just navigating the world, but inhabiting it. With your history, your opinions, your humor, your whole self.
The language of being. That's May.
So the phrase I want to carry us into May is this. I have something to say.
I have something to say.
It's not just a sentence. It's a declaration that your thoughts have value, that your story deserves an audience, that you are more than a functional English speaker. You are an English voice.
An English voice. Your English voice.
We spent April making sure you could speak English. May is about making sure your English sounds like you.
Your English sounds like you.
It's the most important thing in all of language learning. The most important thing in all of communication.
That when you speak, whoever you are, wherever you're from, the person listening hears you. Really you.
I have something to say.
Say it in May.
May preview. What's coming?
Month 2, Season 1, 31 new episodes. We're moving from survival English into connection English.
The vocabulary of sharing your past, your future, your opinions, your humor, your professional self.
The English that makes people say, I feel like I really know you. The English that builds real relationships, not just functional ones.
Every day at 6 p.m. Beijing time. Same as always.
Subscribe, hit the bell, tell one person about Jamyy English. One person who's been meaning to improve their English. Send them episode 1.
Or send them this one. Tell them April happened and May is about to.
The best time to start was 30 days ago. The second best time is today.
Thank you for April, every one of you.
Thank you for April. Let me do something I've wanted to do since we started. Talk about what Jamyy English actually is. Not the format, but the idea behind it.
Tell them.
When Amy and I planned this podcast, we asked ourselves, what's wrong with how most people learn English? And the answer we kept coming back to was, it's taught as if English is a subject, like mathematics or geography. Something to study, to be tested on, to achieve a level in.
But it's not a subject.
It's not. It's a living thing. It moves and changes and carries culture and emotion and history. And you don't learn it. You enter it. You wade in. You get wet. You make mistakes and get corrected and keep going.
And the best language learning feels nothing like studying. It feels like getting to know someone.
That's what we wanted Jamyy English to feel like. Not a lesson, a relationship. A daily conversation between people who care about each other's growth.
You and us, every day.
The 30 episodes of April, they weren't 30 separate lessons. They were 30 days of the same conversation. Getting to know the language, getting to know each other.
And the Jayz and Amyy you've been listening to were real in the sense that matters. Our opinions are real, our stories are real. Our care for you and your English is absolutely real.
Very real.
So when we say thank you for April, we mean it the way you mean it to someone who showed up for you. Not a polite courtesy, a genuine acknowledgement.
You showed up for us, and for yourselves, and for the English you're building.
We'll show up for you every day of May.
Every day of May. One more gift for the end of April. Amy, the best English phrase you've encountered in your life. Not one we taught, your own personal favorite.
Oh, that's a question. Give me a moment.
Take your time.
Okay, this too shall pass. It's ancient, originally from a Persian fable, but it's been part of English forever. It means whatever you're going through, good or bad, easy or hard, it will not last forever. Things change. This moment is not permanent.
This too shall pass.
I've said it to myself in Chinese. I say it in English now too. It crosses languages because the truth in it is universal. But in English, something about the rhythm of it. This too shall pass. There's something final and peaceful about it.
And what's mine? Nevertheless, she persisted. Said originally in a political context, a woman being silenced who refused to stop, but it's become so much bigger. It means, despite everything, the effort continues. Despite the obstacle, the forward motion.
Nevertheless, she persisted.
Or he, or they, the persistence is the point.
2 phrases. Take both, for April and for everything that comes next.
This too shall pass. Nevertheless, she persisted.
That's April.
Before we officially close April,
I want to give you something practical to take into May. Not just inspiration, a concrete tool.
Yes, something you can use tomorrow.
The phrase, I was thinking. 2 words that begin so many important English conversations. I was thinking we could try that new restaurant. I was thinking about what you said. I was thinking about making a change.
I was thinking is humble and conversational. It presents your idea as a thought, not a demand. It invites response rather than requiring agreement.
In May, we're going to do a lot of expressing thoughts, opinions, plans, and stories. And I was thinking is the door to almost all of it.
Use it today. Use it every time you have a thought you want to share in English. Start it with I was thinking and see what comes.
What comes next might surprise you.
It usually does.
That's the joy of language, the surprise of finding out what you actually think when you have the words to think it.
The surprise of yourself in English.
See you in May.
And if you're just starting, if this is the first episode you've heard and you're wondering whether to go back to episode 1 or start here, here's the answer. Go back. Start at the beginning. Episode 1 is 10 minutes, and it will make everything that follows feel connected.
Episode 1, April 1st. Jayz and Amyy introducing themselves, and you learning how to introduce yourself in the process. That's where this all started.
It's still there, waiting. 30 episodes old, and still as true as it was on day 1.
See you in episode 1 if you're new. See you wherever you are in this journey.
We'll be here. See you in May. I want to close April with something I say to myself when I doubt my English, when I feel the gap between what I want to say and what I can say.
Tell us.
I think every native speaker of English was once a baby, was once a child who couldn't express themselves, who mixed up words and used wrong grammar, and still was understood, still made connections, still communicated love and need and wonder.
Language starts imperfect and grows.
It always starts imperfect and grows. That's not a failure state. That's the only state there is.
So wherever your English is right now, that's not where it's stuck. That's where it is today. Tomorrow, it will be different. April proved that.
April proved that.
See you in May.
See you in May.
Let's learn, speak, and grow together. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Happy May.